Claudiu Popa is the president of Informatica Security, a company in Toronto, and he joins us now on the phone. Sir, this has got to be, from a security point of view, like planning the Super Bowl.
Good evening, and yes, it is, absolutely. The logistics involved are extremely complex, and critical is the work that all of these different layers of law enforcement are doing behind the scenes and more visibly to try to anticipate any kinds of events.
What kinds of specific risks would they be looking for at an event like this?
Well, I think we all learn from experience, and in past summits we've seen all sorts of demonstrations go off the rails, and I guess the issue here is about diffusing situations before they become dangerous and before you have agitators throwing objects. They don't have to be explosive objects, but once you incite some sort of violence, things have a tendency to go off the rails from there. And certainly, it's all about prevention. So we want to do as little reacting as possible. We try to defuse the situation by putting in preventive controls. And just as somebody was saying earlier, the police and all these law enforcement bodies are watching, but they're watching for very specific things. And the different layers of this integrated security unit all have very specific roles, and they watch for different types of known agitators.
Now, Mr. Popa, let's say you were planning the G20 in Toronto, and you had complete control over this. Would you put it in the downtown core as it is, as it will be right now, or would you put it at a place like the X, which may be easier to lock off from the rest of the public?
Well, you know what? There are pros and cons to each one, and a decision was made to have it downtown Toronto and to showcase, the core of the metropolis. The issues are almost similar in actually securing both of these venues. So from a transportation perspective, it's a minimal issue. And the fact that people are encouraged to not do so much shopping and not do undertake so many activities in downtown Toronto, it makes it a lot more manageable to do right then and there, rather than moving people, off the beaten track and potentially causing this event to be seen as less of an important thing by these dignitaries, of course, than it clearly is.
We saw in Ottawa the firebombing that happened at a bank. If somebody wants to carry out something like that in Toronto next week, is there an actual way to prevent them from doing that?
There are very, very specific ways to make it very hard for individuals who try to do that kind of thing to carry out their plans. And for instance, the ISU has expanded their radius, and certainly, as you can see, with the removal of bus stops and garbage cans and all these other potential opportunities for mischief, we're essentially segregating the area into different zones, and by pushing the potential trouble sources away from where the action is, those are very, very good ways to prevent that type of trouble and diffuse it before it picks up steam.
All right, security expert Claudiu Popa, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.